Hello students, welcome to the class, and students, welcome back to the class once again, and let us begin this class today with a very new chapter. And today we are going to start our fourth chapter, which is multiples and factors. So before starting this and what are factors or what are multiples, I would like to introduce what are different types of numbers that we know. So let us discuss about different types of numbers which you were studying in your previous class also. So let's have a quick revision of that. So very first, as you can see, I have written some various types of numbers here. And our first number is even numbers. So what are even numbers? You are studying this since class 1 or 2. But once again, let's revise it. Even numbers, a whole number which is exactly divisible by 2. So even numbers are those numbers which are exactly divisible by 2, or we can also say numbers having digits 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 at its unit place. So if there is any number whose unit digit means the digit at one's place is either 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then the number is said to be even number. For example, as if I say even numbers. So if we say even number starts with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and so on till infinity. All these are even numbers. So both the criteria it is satisfying. Every number is divisible by 2. That means all these numbers comes in the table of 2. At the same time, at unit place we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Then again 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Now suppose a very big number, or you can say a number with 4 digits is given to you like this, and it is said that find out whether it is an even number or odd number. So instead of dividing this number by 2 and finding it up whether it is even or odd, you can directly use the second criteria, that if you have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 at unit place, then the number is divisible by 2. That means the number is even number. So here you can see what digit we have at unit place. At unit place we have 2. That means this number is an even number. It is an even number. Clear, students? Now coming to the second part, and the second type of number is odd numbers. So what are odd numbers? Just opposite to even numbers. Odd numbers are the whole numbers not exactly divisible by 2. So those numbers which are not divisible by 2, at the same time numbers having digit 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9 at its unit place. At the unit place. So similarly, if we talk about odd numbers, so odd number starts like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15 and so on. All these are odd numbers. Just because it is not divisible by 2. 1 doesn't comes in the table of 2. 3 is also not divisible by 2. 5 is also not divisible by 2. So that's why all these numbers are odd numbers. Another thing, so similarly, if you have a larger value, for example, if you have 126, right? And there is one more number given to you, 4149, suppose. And it is being said that find out whether it is odd or even. So in that case, very simple. What you have to check is the digit at unit place. So which digit is here in this number 126? At unit place we have 6. Is 6 divisible by 2? Yes, 6 is divisible by 2. At the same time, it is fulfilling the criteria that unit place is having 6. That means this number is an even number. Now coming to the second part, and the number here, what is the digit at unit place here? 9. So which criteria it is fulfilling? Numbers having digit at 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9 at unit place. So since we have 9 at the unit place, so which type of number is this? This is an odd number. So this is how you can easily identify whether a number is even or odd. So a very easy concept is, if you have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 at unit place, the number is even. If you have 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9 at the unit place, then it is an odd number. No matter what digits are there at tens place, 100 place, 1000 or 10,000 place. It simply doesn't matter. What matters is the digit at unit place. Clear, students? So this is all about the concept of even number and odd number. Moving to the next part, and next we have is prime numbers. What are prime numbers? So prime numbers are the numbers which have exactly two factors. Exactly two factors. And what are those two factors? One of the factors should be 1 and the second factor is number itself. So what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are the numbers which are divisible by exactly two numbers. Only two numbers can divide that number. And what are those two numbers? One number is always 1. Yeah, that means your first number which divide that number should be 1, and the second number is number itself. That means that number should not come in the table of any other number. Then the number is called prime number. For example, if we talk about prime numbers, so the numbers are, the very first smallest prime number is 2, because 2 comes in the table of 1 and 2 only. Next number 3. So yes, 3 also comes in the table of 1 and 3 itself. That means 1 and number itself. The next number is 5, because it comes in the table of 1 and number itself only. The next prime number is 7. After that 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29 and so on. So all these numbers, if you check these numbers are only divisible, or you can say they are exactly divisible by 1 and the number itself. 2 has only two factors, 1 and 2. 3 has only two factors, 1 and 3. 5 has only two factors, 1 and 5. So similarly, you can see for all these numbers, like 29, it is divisible by 1 and 29 only. You cannot find 29 in any other's number table. Correct? So this is all about prime numbers. After this, just opposite to prime number, we have composite numbers. So what are composite numbers? So composite numbers are the numbers having more than two factors. As we studied in prime number, there are exactly two factors. Now composite numbers are the numbers having more than two factors. That means there may be 3 factor, 4 factor, 5 factor, 7 factors or n numbers of factors. For example, the first number which is composite is 4. And what are the factors of 4? 4 comes in the table of 1, it comes in the table of 2 and it comes in the table of 4. So there are 3 factors for 4. So what type of number is this? This is a composite number. After this, next number is 6. 6 is again a composite number. 6 comes in the table of 1. It comes in the table of 2. It is also coming in the table of 3 and it comes in the table of 6. So there are 4 factors, and as per the definition, numbers having more than 2 factors. So yes, 6 is also a composite number. Let's find out some more numbers. 8. 8 is also a composite number. 9, that's also a composite number. 10, again a composite number. 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20 and so on. So all these are composite numbers. That means, in short, we can also say that numbers which are not prime numbers, they are called composite numbers. The numbers which are not coming in the category of prime numbers, they are composite number, except one. Except number 1. Number 1, you can say 1. This number 1, it is neither a prime number nor a composite number. It is not coming in the criteria of prime numbers, and it is also not coming in the criteria of composite number. Why? The reason is 1 has only one factor, and that is the number itself. So since it has only one factor, so that's why 1 is neither a prime number nor a composite numbers. So rest all the numbers, they can be either prime or composite except number 1. So that's why this number 1 is also known as lonely number 1, because it does not comes in any of the group or any of the category. So I hope with this the topic of even number, odd number, prime number and composite numbers are clear to all of you. Now students, continuing forward with the different types of numbers, as we have already discussed about even number, odd numbers, prime number and composite numbers. So the next type of numbers which we have is our co-prime numbers. So let us see what are co-prime numbers. As you can see the word prime, but prime is actually not at all, prime numbers are not at all related here. But let's read the definition very first. Two numbers are said to be co-prime. Two numbers are said to be co-prime if they do not have any common factor other than 1, which means their HCF should be 1. So if there are any two numbers, they may be prime or composite numbers. So any type of numbers, if there are two numbers and by finding the factors, if we get a common factor only as 1, then the numbers are said to be co-prime numbers. For example, if I take number 7 and the second number as 12, suppose these are the two numbers, and as you can see 7 is a prime number and 12 is a composite number. So as I said that maybe the word prime is there, but prime is not at all connected here. So these are the two numbers, and let's find out what is the common factor between these two. So very first, if we talk about the factors of 7, so the factors of 7 is 1 and 7 only. What are the factors of 12? 12 comes in the table of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. But what is common in between these two? What is common here? Only 1. So as per the definition, if they have only one common factor, that is 1, and HCF should be 1. So what is the common factor here? The common factor is 1. That means HCF of these two numbers is also 1. So yes, 7 and 12 are co-prime numbers. So these are co-prime numbers. So whenever there are two numbers and if they have only one as common factor, 1 means number 1. So if number 1 as common factor, then the numbers are said to be co-prime numbers. The second type of number is twin prime numbers. Twin means judwa. So something which is similar. So let's read what is there in the criteria of twin prime numbers. Two prime numbers whose difference is always 2 are called twin prime numbers. So any two prime numbers, but the difference between, if the difference between those two numbers is 2, then those two numbers, the two prime numbers, are actually called twin prime numbers. For example, if I write the prime numbers starting with 2, so the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31 and so on. Now let us find out the difference between every prime number. So what is the difference between 2 and 3? The difference is only 1. That means these two are not twin primes. Let's find out for the next one, 3 and 5. What is the difference between 3 and 5? 5 minus 3, that means 2. So yes, these two are called twin prime numbers. I am writing in the short TP means twin prime. So 3 and 5 are called, also known as twin prime numbers. Then 5, 7, yes, the difference between these two is also same. So these two numbers are also called as twin prime numbers. Next coming 7 and 11. No, the difference between 7 and 11 is of 4. Coming to the next group, 11 and 13. So is the difference between 11 and 13 2? Yes. So these two are also twin prime numbers. Similarly, you can find out here, you can see 17 and 19. They are also twin prime numbers. Then 29 and 31. The difference between these two is also 2. So these are also twin prime numbers. So you can easily find out whether the two numbers, or you can say two prime numbers, are twins or not. So for finding that, you have to find the difference. If the difference between those two prime numbers is 2, that means they are twin prime numbers. Clear, students? So this is all about different types of numbers. But before ending, I would like you to understand some important key terms or some exception things which you should remember always. The first point is, 1 is neither prime nor a composite number. So as you can see here, as I have already told you, 1 is neither in the category of prime number nor in the category of composite number. The second point, 2 is the smallest and only even prime number. So there are two criteria for 2. 2 is the smallest prime number, and also you can say that 2 is the only even prime number. Apart from 2, we do not have any other prime number which is even. So 2 is the only even prime number. Also 2 is the smallest prime number. Third point, 9 is the smallest odd composite number. So if we talk about composite numbers, so 9 is the smallest number which is odd but composite numbers. So these are few important points which you should learn and you should know whenever there is any kind of Olympiads or any exam. So it will help you out. So 1 is neither a prime nor composite number. 2 is the smallest and only even prime number. And third point, 9 is the smallest odd composite number. So this is all about numbers and different types of numbers, students. Now in the next lecture, we will proceed further with multiples and factors. Right now, please understand the concept very carefully. I hope this lecture was clear to all of you. Thank you for the lesson, students.